Welcome to our kitchen. We're going to talk about some of the details here and how you can learn to know what design choices you want to make and style choices you want to make in your kitchen. Isn't a kitchen where we spend most of our time nourishing our bodies, our souls, entertaining, serving our family, cleaning up, cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Never stop cleaning in a kitchen. Today, my kitchen, of course, is extra clean because I'm talking to you guys. But I just wanted to share with you some of the design choices we made. We did build from scratch, so there were a lot of choices that went into it. And if you're building right now, hopefully some of these will help you. But even if you're never going to build a house or you inherited some of the most dysfunctional kitchens, which I've done all through my life, the smallest little apartment kitchen in New York City that had its share of roaches, not because of me, but because of the building, and all the way up now to my own custom kitchen and everything in between. I like to make a kitchen really work for me because I love to work in my kitchen, cooking and entertaining. So here goes. Going to share with you a few choices we made. Let's first talk about the countertops. These are a thing called Neolith. I did a lot of research, decided marble would stress me out with kids. Although now there are a lot of things you can put on the surface of marble to make them really family friendly. But when we built 7 years ago, that wasn't the case. So I went with a product called Neolith. I absolutely love it. I wanted a thin ability to get a thin counter, which is what I was looking for. And I picked the kind that mimics Calcutta gold. So we decided to take the counter on the counters and all the way up the backsplash. I'll take you around to show you the island in a minute, but we put it on our island and then on the face of the island as well. Really happy with Neolith. We got the mirror finish. It does show some scratches, but scratches are just a part of living in a kitchen. So I've told myself, let it go. Let it go a lot in a kitchen and not worry about it. Really happy with our sinks. I'll link these so that you can have the brand name. They are not expensive. They are workhorses. They clean up beautifully. They stay white and bright. I prefer a ceramic material. It's actually not ceramic, but versus aluminum or stainless, I guess they call it, because I think stainless gets spotted. And I have a stainless kitchen sink in my New York apartment, but I really, really like these. And I think you'll like the ones that I link for you here. All of our hardware in the whole house, as I mentioned before, is Delta. We were in the parade of homes, and so we got a wonderful discount with Delta, and they are absolutely the best. All of our faucets are touch faucets, and when you get used to them, you will love them. They're not that much more expensive than the regular faucets, and we've really been happy with those. So I decided on our cabinetry that, and I got this advice actually from a gentleman that I met with, Lauren, my nanny, and I went to sit down with an architect turned kitchen designer in the design and decor building in New York City. And we talked about cabinetry. He said, the more simple you go with your cabinets, the more timeless they will be. Different forms of moldings and things, everyone has their preference. There's not a right or wrong style, and you can look through all those options to see which really appeals most to you. And I love the idea of flat front because it will probably be more timeless and have that look that still looks very much in style years and years from now. So that was important to me. It may not be to you, but that's why I chose to go with the flat front. We did the very, very simple hardware. The hardware on cabinetry, because cabinetry is such a large portion of a kitchen, can get to be a lot. So my suggestion is wait till the very last, after you get the cabinets in, to pick your cabinet hardware. It's like jewelry for the kitchen. You put it on at the very end. You get your rest of your outfit ready, and then you add the earrings or the necklace on your way out. Why? Because the whole outfit has to be decided on first. And that's how I felt about cabinetry. Interesting little story about our upper cabinets. So as these cabinets were going in, I came over at the end of the day where they had installed most of these. And I looked up and there were not the upper cabinets. And I was like, I wish I would have gone all the way to the ceiling. With the 10-foot ceilings, it just looked like everything stopped shy of where they belonged. And my builder was here with me and he said, yes, I kind of agree with you. Well, the next day I came back and he had added all these what appear to be upper cabinets, but they're not. he took one of those builder materials. It's like a thick, I don't even know the name of it. And he had his guy put them up there following the lines of our upper cabinets. And once they're painted, you can't tell the difference. I screamed out loud. I was like, Rudy, it's fabulous. I can't even believe how much I love it. So I wasn't spending on that extra amount for cabinets that frankly would be hard to use all the way on the ceiling, but I got the look of them going all the way up. And I'm just so grateful that we just didn't do a plain piece of, plaster. There's a name for that part of this kitchen, but that we actually made it look like extra cabinets. Couldn't have been more thrilled. It's another point of collaborating with your builder or really just thinking outside the box. What is possible? And he did that for me. And I could not have been happier with the overall vision of how it looks. We did lighting underneath the cabinets. I don't like overhead lighting, especially at night, although you need good lighting in a kitchen to help you with actual cooking. And so lighting in a kitchen is very important. I used a lighting expert at our resource that we went with, where we got all of our lighting, and she helped me a lot decide placement and different types of lighting that we needed in our kitchen. I'll talk more about lighting in the lighting episode. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the cabinet choices that we made. We did a lot of drawers on both sides. We even did drawers on the front of our dishwasher. Not really. We did a cabinet-ready dishwasher, and I'll talk about the appliances separately, but this makes it look cleaner. That was my sort of overriding preference. Keep it clean, lines clean, color clean, simplicity of the design, because in a kitchen, what makes it come alive are the people that are going to be hanging out in here and cooking in here. And some of the special little touches, the food at times that are on the counters, the flowers that I keep on the cabinetry or on the counter, those are the things that brings color. So keeping a very clean palette in a kitchen, I've found has been a real joy to have this kind of a backdrop. Now, speaking of keeping it clean, here's my secret. Every day I use this, what they call appliance garage, but I love that these things are out of sight and not dominating in my kitchen. But I'm going to let you see it, and it's probably not very clean. I should have looked at it before this, but this is where we keep our Vitamix. Pull that thing right out. I've got an outlet that I had them install when we put this in, so that all these appliances, my little mini prep and the toaster oven that we've had for years and years and years, can stay in here. Just simply pull it out, have the plugs in the back, and it just keeps everything looking so clean when I can keep it in here and just simply shut the garage like we do in our car garage, and it keeps it so nice and clean. I wanted to have my wedding Waterford crystal that I received as a wedding gift and different pieces of my dressier china in a cabinet where I could look at it and see it and reach for it and use it all the time. So that's why I had one open cabinet and kept everything else pretty much closed off. I also did drawers for our china. Our everyday dishes are in this one, and then we have our fine china in the bottom one. Oops, there's my selfie stick. What do you know? That doesn't belong there, but we hid it away just to make it look good. But one of the reasons I'd read about this, and one reason I love having china in the drawers, is I read that if you want your children to help put away the dishwasher and help have chores in the kitchen, you need to make those things accessible to them. And so that was a big reason why I chose the drawers, but I love it. I would do it all over again, even though my kids are getting taller and bigger now. So a few more things that I will show you. We decided our pantry, our main pantry, which we'll do a separate episode on that, is around the corner, but I wanted a daily pantry. And so in this cabinet, and it's stocked full right now, because I wanted to clear the counters off a little bit. But normally this is all empty with the microwave, and these drawers pull out. You'll notice that I've got my mixer in the back there. It stays plugged in when I'm making cookies and things. And then we use this. This is our daily crackers, olive oil, brown sugar, everything that we use, our oatmeal that we make every morning. And then, like I said, I never have things in front of the microwave. But if you don't use a microwave very often, and I don't for cooking, I don't think it's that healthy. I use our steam oven instead. We just stuck a very inexpensive little microwave in that cabinet, made sure there was an outlet in the back. You can add that later. You don't have to do that just when you build a home. You can hire an electrician for not very much, TaskRabbit even, and ask them to install an outlet. It doesn't really cost that much, but the effectiveness of having access in a cabinet is really, really great. And it's one of the decisions that I'm really glad I made. So as you can see, all those things look so cluttered, but when they're hidden away, they're very user-friendly, but they don't take up visual space and creates kind of extra chaos, if you will, in the kitchen environment. We decided to go with an induction stovetop, and that keeps the counter really, really clean. The man I met with at the design and decor building told me that it's much better to be serving your guests from your stove on the island rather than hide it away and be facing back. And I found it to be true. So the girls sit there on the bar and have their pancakes or their oatmeal or whatever they want to have for breakfast. And I feel like I'm with the people I'm serving versus back turned to the people I'm serving. You just learn tips when you're renovating, when you're upgrading, when you're making design decisions. One of my favorite part of design choices is learning to know myself better and how our family lives, how to design for our family, how to design for your family. That's part of this process that makes it so much fun. There are principles to follow and ideas to entertain that help inform us and make better choices. But then it's really going to come down to, in a kitchen, how you live, how you like to live. Don't you love all those design shows where they come in and they clean up all the cabinets and they put everything away? Well, a lot of people do that in their fridge, but I've had to make my fridge work for me. Some of the things that someone might purchase to organize doesn't really work for us, I've found. So it's all about putting your design in your kitchen and everywhere else in your home. Make it work for your family. Make it work for you.